Hello, Ed family. This is Dr. Jeff. Today, I wanted to talk about grading less. When I first started teaching, I prided myself on grading frequently, very frequently. Practically every day, I would have an assignment in the system. Keep in mind if we have about 30 students per class, and oftentimes there's more, and 6 classes, how many students is that? At least 180, right? So if I were to spend even 1 minute on one student's assignment, and let's say I assessed it, gave feedback, and then enter that score into the grade book, how long would it then take me to complete all 180? About 3 hours, right? If I didn't take any breaks. So for you educators out there, if you've been teaching the entire day from morning to when school gets out, and then plus 3 hours of just grading, wow, then I didn't even have any time to lesson plan for the upcoming day. So it's not a sustainable practice. But this is what I did for the first couple of years because I wanted to have a lot of grades in the system, because a good teacher is going to be grading frequently, and at least that's what I thought. And whereas no doubt I got valuable formative feedback from all that grading and learned a little bit more of where my students were at, I'm wondering what would have happened if maybe I spent more of my hours designing lessons, interesting and engaging lessons. If I spent more of my time maybe not assessing the work and inputting a grade in, but just giving feedback to the students or general feedback to the class the following day. So anyways, that's what I did for a number of years when I first started teaching, and I prided myself on all those graded entries. So did that necessarily mean I got more higher quality work on the student work that I was receiving? Well, today I wanted to go ahead and share a little bit about how you can get better student work by grading less. Now, as you know, I do a lot of project-based learning in my classes. So, here's an example of just a couple of them. Like Module 1, My Story assignment. Module 2, The Fall of Rome Google Slides. Module 3, The Life of Times of Muhammad. Module 4, The Amazing African Race. Module 5, The Soapbox. Or Module 5, China Common Craft, and so forth, right? So all these different projects, and usually I have a 5-step process to kind of guide me through this, beginning with research, where the students research and then create their rough draft on a Google slide. Then they revise it using the Austin's butterfly method. And if you haven't seen the YouTube video clip, Austin's butterfly, and I'll try to have that in the links as well, I highly recommend watching that YouTube video. It's going to make you smile and feel so good afterwards. I also like students to have that recording opportunity where they can record what it is that they did, because I think that also develops the 5 C's. A recital, or some type of gallery walk or showcase of their work to make it more authentic. And then finally, a reflection at the end of the project. So I've talked about that before in the 5 PBLs, the 5 R's of PBLs, in a separate Ed Family video. But let's get back to the topic, grading less. So how do I grade less then, right? So first of all, I need to begin with the end in mind. So I have my project, right, which is, let's say, this children's book. Now, the children's book could be on any topic. In this case, it's on Standard 7.2 of the History Social Science Standards. But it could really be on any topic, right? It could be an ELA standard. It could be a history standard. It could be a math standard, whatever it is. But anyways, the end product is some type of children's book, right, where they're describing something as they would to a child. So I have an idea of what that final assessment is, right? And then hopefully, if I have an idea of what that final assessment should look like, then perhaps I should also have a rubric that goes along with it. And I have 2 kinds of rubrics. The first is one that's connected a little bit more to the content and expectations, but then I also embed in there the 5 C's as well, the kind of the 5 C's I want to see as they're working with one another: communication, the collaboration, the creativity, critical thinking, and compassion. Students also create norms to determine how they want to work, and then they progress monitor themselves, how they're doing, how they're collaborating with one another. So they themselves are self-assessing themselves, peer assessing themselves all along the way. But even if they're doing it individually, which is actually really wonderful, I also need to know what's going on as well. So for the same project, I might have something called a progress monitoring page where they put in their names and emails and a hyperlink to their product. That way, I'm able to see their progress very quickly, what they're doing on it. I can either click on their Google slide and comment to them directly, giving them feedback, or I can email them directly. Also, if you check the history, you can see who's been working on it as well. And all this verbiage, all this feedback could connect and should connect back to the rubric itself. So here I kind of rate you at a 3, or I might say, you've included this, this, and this, but you need to include this, this, and this more. Or I could talk about or I can even just ask questions. How do you plan to? Or what would you rate this? How do you plan to? And in this way, I'm not entering all these grades into the grade book every single day, but I might be progress monitoring though every single day. In fact, I might be even typing in some feedback right there. And that's why I might be pasting and sending out to different people. That way, even the feedback that I give to team 1 might look very similar to the feedback in team 2. But then feedback for team 3 might be different from feedback from team 2. So it might be worded a little differently, but then it might be similar to team 4. So you have all these curated emails of feedback that you could also send out quickly, so you don't have to generate a brand new email and feedback to every single person. So in this way, once again, you're speeding up the grading, but yet the students are getting the feedback that they need, the questions that they need, so that they can improve their own work. So in this way, am I grading less? Yeah, I'm grading less because, I'm not having that daily worksheet that's coming in, but rather it's that project that's coming in after every couple of weeks. However, am I assessing more? Yes, because I'm looking at their work very frequently and I'm getting authentic feedback on their work more frequently as well. Much better than, oh, you got this question wrong on the worksheet. So I hope that's helpful in grading less, but assessing more. This is Dr. Jeff from EdFamily signing out.